This week on the Road with Mickey, the top 3 immersive Disney attractions.
We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go. We're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie,
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
and he's Grogu.
Sweet.
He's saying, "Hey Aunt Brenda,
I
you
love him.
rock."
He's so great.
You're
And
his favorite.
you are his favorite, Brenda.
I love him.
And we are on the road with Mickey. This is episode 311 for May 25th, 2026. And our feature topic this week is the top 3 immersive Disney attractions. This spun out of a discussion that Sophie and Cindy and I had when we were driving home from Walt Disney World. And I'm like, let's make it a topic.
Excellent.
Brenda's like, whatever. Y'all just tell me what we're talking about.
Well, I thought it was a great topic, though.
Yes.
Good.
Anyway, before we get into that, I just want to say that today is Memorial Day, and we would like to remember those that have fallen and have served our country and given the ultimate sacrifice for our nation so that we have the freedoms that we have. So you are not forgotten.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now we have some cheddar from the big cheese. And Sophie, you're starting us off this week.
All right. And I see you saved the one I'm most excited about for me. Anyone who knows me knows that I am a bit of a Bluey fan. I like the show on Disney Plus. I think it is useful for both adults and children. Teaches a lot of good parenting techniques, in my opinion. Well, Bluey's Wild World opens at Animal Kingdom Park on May 26th, which is the day after this episode will be released. This will be located at the Conservation Station as part of the Cool Kids Summer, but will continue beyond the summer months, which is good because I'm interested in it. Interestingly enough, Disney must think that this is going to be a big hit because access will be limited to a virtual queue at the opening of the area. You can sign up for it in the My Disney Experience app.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Gonna be great.
Yep.
Well, guess what, Sophie?
What?
Casting calls went out for performers for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party for the Frozen Holiday Surprise and Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration.
Ooh.
Before you know it, oh my God, Christmas will be here. I can't wait for my December trip.
Well, let's get through with the rest of the year, shall we? I've got a lot of stuff to do
Yes.
between now and then.
I
Yes.
know.
Celebrate a
Indeed.
birthday of
Yeah.
mine
Yay.
and
Yeah.
of yours,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
specifically mine.
Yeah. I don't have a birthday. Mine's not till next year.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Means
It's
you're
all
still
right,
going to be
Daddy.
younger.
Yep.
You'll always be younger than me.
Yep. And always be younger than my sister Robin, too.
Oh, ooh, dig.
Bazinga!
Dig.
Okay, Sheldon. Well, at least your sister Robin looks younger than you.
Oh, no, not with that
Oh,
gray hair.
thank you.
Not with that gray hair. Well, speaking of younger, not younger, whatever, let's move on. Segue into this congratulatory post to for Jeff Valley, the president of Walt Disney World Resort, who is announcing that he is retiring from the company after 36 years at the end of summer.
Wow.
We wish you well in
Wow.
your retirement and in the next season of life. So,
Absolutely.
congratulations. Talk about changes over the last 36 years. Oh my gosh, we could talk for 5 hours probably all the things that have changed
Wow.
at Disney.
That's
Maybe
true.
Yeah.
that should be a topic.
Ooh, maybe it should.
I don't want
Maybe
to
it
start the
should.
rumor mill, but I hope he's retiring because he really wants to retire and not because of the new management that's going on. I
I,
Mm,
just hope everything's going to be good with everything. We pray for that. So
yeah, I kind of feel like it is his choice,
I
but
hope so. And we
what do we know?
definitely wish
You
him
know?
well for sure.
Yeah, we
yeah.
definitely wish him well for all that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's our cheddar from the big cheese. Don't forget you can connect with us on our Facebook page, On the Road with Mickey. Our Facebook group is the On the Road with Mickey group. We're on YouTube. Hello, YouTubers. We have our own channel, On the Road with Mickey. Go figure. I don't know how we came up with these names. It's just, I don't know. Our Instagram is On the Road with Mickey. You can email us at info@ontheroadwithmickey.com. And guess what? We have a website. What's the website, Sophie?
OnTheRoadWithMickey.com.
There you go.
Yay!
Who
I
would have
know.
thought?
Completely threw you for a loop there.
I
Yep.
know.
Wild, out of left field guess.
Yeah. Well, it is time. We had a couple weeks to go over our question of the week. And
Mm-hmm.
so the question was, what is your favorite Disney franchise? Sophie, start us off.
I will, because I answered my own question first, and my answer was Star Wars. Can't go wrong with Star Wars, I don't think.
There you
No.
go. And my answer was Marvel and the same.
Yes, can't
My
go wrong with Marvel.
no. My answer was the original Mickey Mouse cartoons. Because I'm like, it all started with a mouse, even though it started with Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. But anyway, it all started with a mouse.
Yeah, I guess
Turned
you
out
could.
Mickey was luckier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could say you were into the Silly Symphonies as well.
Mm-hmm. It's just the
All right.
originals, the OGs.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Cindy, who is the not so silent partner, she said the Disney Cruise Line and the roller coasters. Now that's an interesting one, I think.
Yep. And Chandler said Inside Out. I know it's only 2 movies, but I really like them. And then he added, ask me next month and you might get a different answer. And isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
That is a very big truth, yeah.
Yep.
And then Paula said, this is such a tough one because I like them all, but Disney animation is best.
Yes. 2D or 3D? That's the question.
I don't know.
I mean, they're all very good. Disney animation is top tier. It's a pioneer of its time, but 2D, 3D, you have to wonder. And then Aunt Sheila and Aunt Robin, they both had the same answer, so I'm going to go 2 for 1 here. They both said Marvel. So,
So they're on Team Brenda.
Yay!
they are.
That's my buddies.
Yep.
Good.
All right. Well, that was our question of the week. So stay tuned for another question of the week after we talk about our feature topic, which is the top 3 immersive Disney attractions.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to give a little background on it, Sophie, or do you just want to dive into what your first selection is?
Sure, because I think we should define what an immersive attraction is, because Disney is so good at theming their rides that the entire point of the ride is really to suspend your disbelief, go into the attraction, and think this is real. And Disney does that well for all of their rides. When you're on the People Mover, you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I really am going around this futuristic city of tomorrow. This isn't the world I'm used to. Or when you're like when you're on Tiana's Bayou, you actually think I'm going to see Tiana on this ride, I'm really there. She really has invited me to this dinner where she's looking for a band, that sort of thing. But there are just certain rides that do it way, way better. They're even more immersive than you think. And I'm going to segue into one of my top three here when I say this. Uh, let's be real. Rise of the Resistance is one of the best ones that does this because you go into the line queue and yeah, you're still waiting in a line. You're still thinking, okay, this is still a ride. I'm waiting to ride this and all that stuff. But then when you get to the final bit of the line where you see Ray's holographic projection, and she's like, you need to join us on this other planet because we need to hide the location of the resistance base. And then you go, you get on that transport, the transport lifts off, and all of a sudden you're captured by the First Order. It makes you think, okay, was this supposed to happen? I don't know if this was supposed to happen. And then you walk onto the First Order Star Destroyer, and you're thinking, are all of those clone troopers, stormtroopers in the background there, are they all real? And I'm 80% certain that they are not, but I feel like there's at least one of them there that's an actual person. Ay. But that was like my first thought when I was riding that ride. And then you go on to the ride and all the other stuff, but it's in a way, it feels like the portion that you're in before you actually get into that Omnimover ride vehicle is half the ride. And it's so well done. And yeah, so that's the kind of rides we're looking for. And I
All
know I
right.
just probably stole one of the slots off both of your lists.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Your dad's
Maybe.
picture might make me think so, but I don't know.
We'll see.
Go ahead, Brenda.
All right. Well, this was hard, y'all. I mean,
It
I
is
got
hard.
when you first said the topic, of course, immediately my first one came to mind because that's my favorite ride. But when I was trying to narrow down the other two, I'm like, this is really hard because there's great ride. I mean, there's fantastic choices out there, but I did narrow it down to three. I kept it down. But for me, for my first one, the storytelling and what Walt would say show for this one to me is the best, of course, and it's Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. My favorite ride at Disney. To me, it's the greatest thing Disney ever did for Epcot.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't even say enough about it. It's a must do, must do, must do as much as I can on any trip. So I think it's in large part, obviously, to the storytelling that's based on the Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy movie because I love that
Hmm.
movie and I love Marvel in general. But the humor in it, the reverse launch, the I mean, it's just everything about it is just awesome. It's like
Yeah.
totally immersive to me. And I have to say, I thank the Imagineers because the storyline is fantastic. And the music is fab. And you never know what song you're going to get. And the 360 spin of the Omnicoaster while you're going throughout the attraction makes you feel like you're actually in space. And it is the longest indoor roller coaster in the world. And it's just fabulous.
And thinking about the what am I trying to say? Thinking about the build up to actually getting on that ride. There
Yeah,
are very few um pre-shows like that one because
for sure.
you step into this room that's a teleportation chamber, you see the walls around you, you see the lights on the floor, to stand within that ring of lights. And then all of a sudden, I kept my eyes open the entire time while I was in that line queue. While that was happening, I could not see the instance where the walls disappeared and you were in the starship up above Epcot in the orbital zone. I It genuinely felt like you were in one place 1 second, and then the next second you were actually teleported somewhere else. And
Yeah.
that is part of the immersiveness that just works so well with that ride.
Yeah.
And having Glenn Close in there and Terry Crews isn't bad because Terry Crews is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Well, I chose a different attraction for my first selection.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
And I am, by the way, quick segue.
Yeah.
Epcot, did you know that in the original design for Epcot, there was going to be a mountain over at Japan that was going to be a roller coaster?
I did not.
Really?
I saw there's a Facebook page, I think it's called Parkology,
Oh, cool.
Parkeology,
Hmm.
and they showed the model, and it was like the 12-foot model of Epcot with World Showcase Lagoon and whatnot. And over where, and you could see where the American Adventure was, and then Japan, and there was a mountain that was gonna be kind of like a Matterhorn type mountain for
Whoa.
Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, could you imagine if that had developed?
Hang
Yeah.
on.
Obviously it didn't, but that would have been so cool.
That would
Hang
have been
on.
cool.
I just Googled this and I'm gonna show you something. Here we go. Look at that.
Very
Mount
cool.
Fuji roller coaster Disney park concept art. This is a real thing.
It was. It was
Well,
an
was.
idea, but it didn't come to fruition.
So would this one have been on your list, Mike? You never
Well,
know, I guess, because you'd have to
uh,
imagine what it would
Yeah.
be like.
You
don't
don't know
know.
what it would have been.
I don't know. I don't know if it would have been on my list or not. But back to me.
Yeah. Sorry. It's just you said something and I'm like, they wanted to put a roller coaster in that pavilion. I have to look this up. Anyway, back to what you
So
were saying, Daddy.
I'm taking us over to France, also in Epcot, and I'm taking us to Remy's
Ooh,
Ratatouille Adventure.
that's a good
And
one.
And the reason I'm doing it is because it's like it starts out, you're in a line queue, and then you go around a corner, and all of a sudden you are in Paris,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and you've got you've got
Gusto's. Yeah.
Gusteau's. I almost said Gaston's, and I'm like, that's not right. You
Nope.
have Gusteau's sign up there, and you have the Eiffel Tower, and it's like all of a sudden you flip from being in Epcot to being in Paris. And then you get in the ride vehicle and you're shrunk down and you're going in underneath the stove and you can feel the heat and
Yeah.
just that whole experience and that whole immersiveness of it is just it's just astonishing how you can transform from one space to a totally different space. And so that's why I chose Remy's as being one of the attractions I wanted to
And
list.
Awesome.
that's a good one, Daddy. And you know something? When you are finished with that ride, you go down the corridor to exit the ride. And if you look down beneath you, in one part of the hallway, the tiles are huge because at that part you're still tiny. So naturally, if you're the size of the mouse, a tile this big would look this big. But by the time you reach the end of that corridor, those huge tiles have shrunk down to be the size they were when you entered.
Yeah.
because it's
Nice.
showing you growing back to your human size.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Sophie, give us another one.
All right. Um, I feel like I have to talk about this one. Uh, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. When I first rode this ride back during the pandemic era, right when Disney had reopened again and they were doing the social distancing and stuff, I didn't see the pre-show that came with that. All I saw was, okay, they're directing us towards this room in the line queue. Wait, why is there a giant hole in the wall? And when you step through that hole in the wall, all of a sudden, everything looks somehow two-dimensional while still being obviously three-dimensional because we live in a 3D world. And I thought to myself, how on earth did they do this? Now, the last time we rode this ride was on this recent trip, and it's not the first time I've seen the pre-show, but it's still a very fun pre-show, and it shows exactly how that hole in the wall came to be because you see the part where the pie lands in the steam chute of Goofy's train and the whole thing blows up, and all of a sudden the wall raises up and there's the hole, the giant explosion crater. And Goofy's like, "Hi there, folks. You there, cast member. Would you mind helping these good people into the cartoon?" And that's how you get from our world to the cartoon world.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're done with the ride, the railway has been saved. Mickey and Minnie are on their picnic. You can walk back through that hole in the wall and you're back in the real world, but you don't walk through that hole in the wall before you pass that photo of Walt with his train set because he was the original train master.
Absolutely.
And I just think that's so cool.
Yeah. I
Absolutely.
considered Mickey and Minnie for my list,
Yeah.
but I took it off my list because I felt like for too much of the attraction, it was just a regular line queue,
Yeah.
and so it was for me. It was between Remy and Runaway Railway as to what I would have on my list. So
That's fair. That is completely fair. And I think they do possibly a better job of it in Disneyland because in Disneyland, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is inside Toontown. So
mm-hmm.
you're already in that cartoon world,
World,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
and all you're doing is you're going to the Toontown movie theater. You pass by all these cartoonish things, you go in, you watch the pre-show, and then you're in the ride. And I feel like that makes it more immersive over there than it does in Disney, where you're still in Hollywood Studios, you're still at the Chinese theater.
It's hard to
and
get past that because it's been
by
something else. It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And
Yeah.
still a
by the
little bit
way,
of that.
though, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
though, I saw, and I think it was the same Parkology. Um, Great Movie Ride had a Mary Poppins scene, right?
It did.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you they shared a couple pictures, and from the Great Movie Ride in the Mary Poppins scene, they had a weather vane at the top,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
and that weather vane is in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at the barn when you're at the end of the attraction.
Cool beans.
So they incorporated that
I love that.
into there. So it's still got that little nostalgia of
Oh,
Great Movie Ride.
nice.
I love that
So look for it next time you ride it.
for sure.
I
For
will,
sure.
because I know exactly where that barn is.
Yay. Yay.
So anyway, Brenda, next on
Oh,
your list.
well, in trying to narrow down my list, I went ahead and went with this one because this was my favorite Disney attraction for 25 years until Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind came online. And that, of course, is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, which is fabulous. And the story of this scary, gloomy night in 1939 and the amount of care taken in the designing of the courtyard and the lobby and the building and the storytelling is awesome. And then you, when you're going through it and you're in the Hollywood Hotel, you never know what sequence you're going to get. So there's that element of surprise and being scared and having fun all at the same time. It's completely immersive. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's so good.
Good.
Nice.
I mean, the design, right, of the courtyard and the lobby
Mhm.
and everything is so well done. I mean, it's perfect to me. It's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the
And
queue, of course, you go in where Rod Serling's talking about, the story, and it's just awesome. Everything about it's awesome.
I will say, as much as I dislike the ride, I absolutely love the backstory
Yeah.
and the drama, and I totally agree with you on that. It's just that ride, just like, oh, it
I
just
love
kills
it.
me. It just
I
kills me.
still, though, even though I've ridden it so many times, whenever they open the door and you go into the boiler room and see the elevator break it, I still get that. There's like a nervous energy still in even though I know what's happening, my stomach still
Yeah.
gets that nervous energy because I still wonder, is it ever going to drop and actually drop? You know what I mean? Like something
It
could
better
break, right?
not.
I know, but do you know? No, you don't.
Yeah.
So,
And
Ugh.
Brenda, if you ever have a moment, I implore you to go find out about this one Broadway musical called Ride the Cyclone.
oh, cool. Never heard of that.
It's traumatizing, and I think you'll
Oh.
quite enjoy it. Because it just the way you're thinking, there's a chance.
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh, that's hilarious.
she would probably get a kick out of this
I'm
one
gonna have to look
particular
that up.
musical.
I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to look it up.
yeah.
That's too funny.
Anyway,
Yeah.
um,
So, my
yeah,
turn. Next
yeah.
on
Yeah,
my
and I know you're
list.
not gonna choose Tower of Terror.
No, I'm not. No,
No,
not on my list. Didn't even consider it.
I
But
didn't think
nope.
so.
when you mentioned it, though, then it did come back to the front of my memory.
Came to
So,
haunt you, didn't it?
yeah. But for me, my second choice is over at Animal Kingdom Avatar Flight of Passage.
Nice.
And it's such the backstory and the development of the ride and just the all the little details, that go into making riding a banshee, riding it
Yeah.
and experiencing it. And yeah, it's kind of like an individual Soarin', but from an Avatar perspective. But the fact that the banshee, you could feel the breathing,
Yes.
it's just amazing. Just those intricate little details and just flying through and just the way it just feels like you are moving. Like it is so immersive
Yeah, the
Yeah.
in how they
smells
bring
and the
that alive,
sights, and it's like
and
all your senses come out.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Even when
Avatar
they're
Flight of
matching you to
Passage.
your Navi, when the
Uh-huh.
scientist is talking and they say you have to
Uh-huh.
be matched to a Navi so
And
that the
stand
banshee will
still and
actually,
stay
yeah,
on
it's
your
like
number.
the pre-show's fab. I
Yeah.
mean, have you ever looked at the kids in there that you could tell? I'm sorry, I'm not laughing, but I have been in there before in the room with kids that clearly had never seen Avatar. And when they're talking about how you're going to be like matched with it, and they're not sure that they want to
Uh-huh.
be. And then when it says we need to check you for
For the parasites.
Yeah.
yes, and
Yeah.
they're like, I mean, they're kind of freaked out a little bit because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. When I was thinking about it, I'm like, because I've seen the movie. I didn't see the
yeah,
movie before I went on the ride, but I've seen the movie, and I'm like, hold up. Matching you to an avatar actually sounds like it will hurt a lot.
yeah, yeah. It's
It's
But they
funny.
funny
make it
that,
fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the innocence of children. You
Yes.
know, they believe, and that is so wonderful. It's like when we rode Mission Space, the not the
Yeah.
like the easy side, not the hard side.
Yeah.
I
And
like
we
the
rode it
hard
with some
side
friends
better.
of ours, and I remember, I think it was River and Neil and I, and we were all in a group, and 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 River had something that she had to do, and Neil had something and I
Yes.
and I remember River saying to her daddy, she's like, "Daddy, that guy over there, he's not pushing his button.
Oh, exactly.
He's," and like we're gonna crash because he didn't do his job.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
And it's just, I
Totally.
love the innocence. It's like
Yes.
it all depends on you.
That's
it
right. That happened to
does.
us with a child on our Millennium Falcon ride. That
Oh, yeah.
everybody has a job, and yeah, somebody's not doing their job. They're not pulling their weight. You can imagine in real life if this was happening.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody bought all the toilet paper. I'm just saying that COVID had nothing to do with toilet paper, but you couldn't find any. So it's like, who are you going to count on? You got to count on each other. We got to stick
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny though. It is great to see things through the eyes of children though,
Uh-huh.
because we
Oh yeah.
we long to be back. Like that's why we love Disney. We long for that kind of innocent
Uh-huh.
experience, but it does bring extra joy and sometimes a little funny.
Funny stories. Yeah.
It does.
And
It
it's just
does.
awesome, the fact that you can, it's a believable world. And that's what
Yes,
makes it an immersive attraction. You
exactly.
can
Oh,
believe that
yeah.
this is what happened, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah.
you know, like, and this isn't on, I don't think, on any of our lists. Maybe I'm wrong, but like Cali River Rapids, the rapids are because the destruction of the burning of the forests, you know, and
Right.
Yeah.
that's the,
Yeah.
you know, you can almost believe that to be the reason, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So anyway, good stuff.
Yep.
Sophie, you got one more to talk about.
Yeah. And you know what? I was thinking very hard about this because I'm like, I realized that all three of my attractions, well, two of my three so far have been in Hollywood studios. And I think that's just because I have a preference for Hollywood studios. I wish it had more in that park. If it did, it would be my favorite, I think. I remember when Epcot used to be my favorite. Now I think Hollywood Studios is. And so I feel like I need to keep on with that Hollywood Studios trend that I'm doing because I thought long and hard about including Expedition Everest on my list because Expedition Everest is awesome. But in the spirit of Hollywood Studios loving, I'm actually going to go with one that I know neither of you have thought about because, in a way, this attraction, you don't expect it to be immersive because it's the nighttime spectacular. It's phantasmic. Like everyone who thinks of Fantasmic thinks, oh my gosh, there's that giant line that stretches all the way down Sunset Boulevard, past Tower of Terror, going in loop-de-loops just to get to the amphitheater, and there's not even a guaranteed chance that you'll get to see the show that night. And when I went while I was on my solo trip last year, and I got the dining pass to make sure I had a spot because I really wanted to see what all the hype was about. My mind was blown because it felt like I was really in that one section of Fantasia where it was the Sorcerer's Apprentice and Mickey was there with the magic hat. It felt like I was there with him in that movie scene because he was doing all the magic, all the fireworks were coming out. He was summoning all these different musical elements that are so important to that movie, and he was summoning other characters to the stage, and it felt believable. It felt like at this point in time, Mickey has all the power in that hat. He has the ability to do these things, and it feels like I'm right there in his dream with him because the entire show of Fantasmic is framed around Mickey's imagination. So it feels like I'm in there, like he summoned me to be part of this experience with the princesses, with the villains, with the jungle animals and the music and the fireworks and everything. And in the grand finale, you see the Steamboat Willie tugboat come out across the water. And at first, it looks like there's nobody's manning the wheel of the ship. And then you blink your eyes, and all of a sudden, Mickey Mouse in a Steamboat Willie costume appears out of nowhere. And you're like, holy cow. Mickey can appear out of nowhere. And this is a live show, too. So you're like, how on earth did they teleport an actual person up there onto that, oh, an actual mouse up there onto that steamboat? And you see all the other characters. You see Ariel flipping her tail off the side of the boat as it passes by. And then you see Mickey appear at the top of the giant stage that looks like a mountain. And he's wearing the sorcerer's hat. He's wearing the red robe that he wears in the movie. And he's commanding all these fireworks and dazzling effects to launch off. And he's up there at the tip of it all. You feel like he could fall if he's not careful.
For sure.
It's mind-blowing.
Wow.
It is absolutely mind-blowing.
That's cool, Sophie, because
Very nice.
the funny thing to me is I'd never think of Fantasmic as being immersive like that. So
Yeah.
that's what makes this unique is what we each get out of it, you know?
That's
Yeah.
true.
So
That's
yeah.
true.
So
Yeah.
that's cool. That's cool. Thank you, Sophie.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda.
My last one. Well, I have to say, Mike, that I had previously put down Flight of Passage because just for all the reasons you said, how awesome it is. But I changed it and I wasn't sure about it. But because Sophie just went before me, thankfully, I don't feel so bad. So I'm going to try to say this without crying because I'm a baby. But my third fully immersive attraction is something I cannot miss on my trip because of how immersed I personally feel when I'm there. And that is the candlelight processional. I feel so deeply when they're talking about the story of Jesus, and that beautiful music is just, it's unbelievable. And those beautiful voices of liberty and all the trumpets and it's just, it just really does. It's not like I feel like I'm part of the scene, obviously, but it touches something deep down in the soul and the spirit that you cannot get anywhere else.
Right.
I can't get it anywhere else.
Yeah. That's a great thing to add. And that's phenomenal. I don't think I thought of that. What struck me about the first time we saw the candlelight processional is in the middle of Disney, in the middle of Epcot. Everyone that's there is just thinking they're just there to go to go, and they've heard about this thing and they're like, okay, we'll see this show, and they have no idea that the word of God is being proclaimed until they hear it. And it's
Yeah.
like God shows up in the everyday, and he
Yep.
shows up
Yeah.
wherever he chooses. And during the Christmas season, he's at Epcot showing up for all those shows. And
And
Yeah.
our favorite Walt Disney started that tradition.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So great selection. I don't think I would have thought of that or Phantasmic. So
I think y'all
um,
have the same feels from it though.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Yeah.
it touches your spirit.
It
It's like we're
touches your
Mhm.
connected.
soul. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, for me, it's kind of obvious that my selection is Star
Oh.
Wars Rise of the Resistance.
Uh-huh.
And for many of the same reasons that Sophie mentioned. But I do want to just say that in addition to everything that she said at the beginning, because she did really touch it well, the thing that gets me about it is when you're in the middle of this, excuse me, when you're in the middle of it and and the tension is building and the drama and you're being called a spy and everything like that, and it's like you can feel your heart rate going up just in the middle of this. No, and it's like when an attraction can affect you to the point that you can feel the tension and feel
Mhm.
the anxiety a little bit, then it's doing it. And what's really cool is obviously Star Wars Rise of the Resistance is part of it, but the whole area of Batuu,
Oh yeah.
that whole area is so well done
It is.
that
Yes.
it's like you have totally gone out of Hollywood studios. You are on another planet somewhere light years away,
Yeah.
and it's just really cool to be able to just imagine yourself being there, you know?
Yeah.
So Batu and the whole Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and um Rise of the Resistance, even Smuggler's Run, the way they feed off each other is just phenomenal. And
Mhm.
so that whole area, in addition to the attraction, that whole area is a total suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
You
It
can
Totally.
is.
totally feel like you're on a totally different planet, you know?
Yep. Good luck
Yeah.
finding Docking Bay 7 or good luck finding Oga's Cantina because everything meshes into the background.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
just awesome.
Which is why I'm so proud of myself because I'm the one who found Docking Bay 7.
Yay!
Uh, it
And
was
it was
it's
That's
good
good
great,
food
Mike.
too.
restaurant too. Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah.
it is, but it genuinely feels like you're in a locals area. Like if
Uh-huh.
you're not from that place, you won't know where anything is.
Yeah, and it's like Docking Bay 7 and Ogas. It's almost like, and I think perhaps more so Ogas because of the type of environment it is, but you feel like you're in the bar from the original Star Wars where Han
Yes.
Solo shoots the bounty hunter.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
You're there.
Yeah.
Yes. And
So,
often you're sitting with strangers at your table because, they
yeah.
try to stick as many people as they can around that thing. So
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They have
it's
to.
nice to
I
meet people.
remember when Daddy
Yeah.
and I went there. Um, it was fun. We met another group of people who were just enjoying their trip, and we were like, "Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, they wanted us to sit with you guys," and they're like, "Sure, come on in." Ooh, what's that charcuterie board thing you got?
Yep.
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 And Oga's obsession.
Yeah, that was yummy.
Yeah. And they were like,
I love Oga's
oh,
obsession.
and so they started getting it because they saw us enjoying it. They're
There
like,
you
oh, we
go.
got to try that.
I mean, where can
Yeah,
you go and eat out of a petri dish?
Exactly. Exactly. So,
Awesome.
probably some science pharmaceutical based restaurant.
Possibly.
Anyway,
anyway, that was a great topic. And
Yeah.
so
Very fun to think about.
thank
Yeah,
you so
I'm
much, everyone.
actually
And
very pleased we didn't have that many duplicates.
no,
No.
we didn't.
And you know what? Maybe when Monstropolis opens up, that will be yet another immersive
gosh.
attraction.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot wait for
I
that.
am so excited for it. Anyway,
Well, Sophie, give us a
yes.
question of the week.
Okay. Hmm. I think my question of the week is going to be centered around immersiveness again. If you could be inserted into any piece of Disney media, which would you want to be inserted into? It can be a movie, a TV series, anything. Which one would you want to be inserted into? Now, I've had this conversation with Jagan before, and I told her I would love to actually be in the Star Wars universe. And she said, Sophie, don't do that. The Star Wars universe is very chaotic and dangerous, and you will almost certainly get eaten by something bigger than you. And I'm like, well, yeah, but at the same time, maybe I'll end up with a Jedi.
Never know.
Yeah.
Brenda.
I would want to be in the Avengers.
Yeah.
And Potts would be out. I'd get rid of her so I could have Iron Man. This would be pre when he turned into dust. Potts would be out. She's out.
Oh, come
Out.
on now. You have
Oh
to
no, I
respect.
have taken her place. Yes.
What about their kids?
You know what? I don't have all the answers.
Oh,
This is
Res-
pretend.
that's fair. That's fair. I suppose if we're going to be talking about getting rid of certain characters to free up romantic interests, I might as well get rid of the Duchess of Mandalore so I can have Obi-Wan Kenobi for myself. Thank you.
Okay.
Mike, are you going to behave or are you going to be bad too?
He's gonna behave. He's got a lovely wife that he very much appreciates.
Mhm.
Oh, I love Butch, but you know.
I like being single.
I'm just trying to figure out what I would be inserted into. You know, it's a hard question. So,
I'll give you multiple answers, Daddy. Just choose the ones you want.
I think that being inserted into the movie Tangled as Flynn Rider and
He likes blondes.
helping Rapunzel through everything that she had going on and being there for her, I think that would be kind of cool.
That would be fun. And you don't
Did you
have to
know
get rid of
that-
anybody necessarily. You just replace him.
Yeah.
Did you know that the Tangled movie actually has a TV series that immediately follows it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never seen it though.
Yeah. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I think it's an interesting series. Anyway,
Anyway, I don't
Curious
know.
to know what everyone else is going to say.
Yeah, and I'm
Really
curious to
curious
know
to
if
know.
anyone will have any clue as to what Sophie's question is.
I hope they don't like
That's
come
why
at
I
me
wanted
because I said
answers.
what I said, but I said what I said, and I stand by it.
sorry, Aunt Brenda, I'll stand by you. I'll
Yeah.
stand by you even though I love Pepper to death.
I can't help it.
All right. Well, Sophie, give us a little this day in Disney history.
I will. And going back to Daddy's answer for the question of the week from last week about the Mickey Mouse and Friends franchise with the Silly Symphony and stuff, this is actually the day, May 25th, back in 1935, when one of my favorite Silly Symphony cartoons was released, and that is The Cookie Carnival, directed by Ben Sharpstein, a Cinderella story involving a cookie girl who wishes to be queen of the Cookie Carnival. Pinto Colvig provides the voice of the gingerbread man who helps her. The short has been animated by Graham Natwick and Bill Teitla, specifically the Angel and the Devil food cakes. I love
Oh,
that little cartoon so much.
I
It
don't
is
think I've ever
such a
seen
good
it.
one. It's on YouTube, I think. And if it's not, then it is on Disney Plus.
I would say it probably is on Disney Plus.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, thank you, Sophie.
Yeah.
And now
1935.
turning it over to the weekly Disney windows. And since we've adjusted it a little bit, we're not worried about it as a quiz or anything like that. So I am selecting a window to talk about. And so today I am talking about Mr. Gordon Williams, who has a window in the Magic Kingdom over the Main Street Confectionery.
Good place to be.
And it says Safe and Sound Amplification Company, Gordon Williams and Ed Chisholm. The window was added in 1975. Gordon's career spanned from 1939 to 1977. And what's really cool about Gordon Williams is he has a tombstone in the Haunted Mansion which reads, "Rest in peace, good friend Gordon. Now you've crossed the River Jordan." And he also has one in the Haunted Mansion in Tokyo
Wow.
with the same wording, except instead of Gordon, it reads Borden, Borden. And I'm like, A, it's really cool that he's got a tombstone in the Haunted Mansion.
For sure.
B, I didn't know they had tombstones in the Haunted Mansion in Tokyo,
Me neither.
and that he's got one there too. I'm like, that's just pretty darn cool if you ask me. So,
Having a window, though, I mean, really.
Yeah. And
yeah.
it was added during his career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
How
that's
many
great.
people can you say have had that happen?
Yeah.
And I
Right.
feel like it's more than I think, but I also feel like it's something memorable.
Yeah.
We'll be finding out as this series goes on, because
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the things we kind of pay attention to is, if it
Yeah.
happened when they were alive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is great, which is awesome.
All right, Brenda, close us out with a little bit of Walt.
All right. Well, this little bit of Walt has to do with Cal Arts, actually, and it's from 1964, which was a very good year, I must say.
It was a great year.
I like the workshop idea with students being able to drop in and learn all kinds of arts. A kid might start out in art and end up as a talented musician. A school should offer a kind of cross-pollination that would develop the best in its students. I love that outlook on
Mhm.
learning and opening everything up and letting them gravitate toward whatever it is their gift is.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because that's, we're not cookie cutters. And
That's right.
so
Yeah.
every person is unique and different, and what they think they're interested in might totally change into something else and might really show. So
That's
that is a cool way of learning. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you, Brenda, for sharing, and thank you, Walt,
Thank you,
for
Walt.
the quote. And thank you, everyone, for stopping by today. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you remember to share your smile with someone. If you see someone having a rough day, please share your smile with them. And if you're having a rough day, I hope someone shares a smile with you and helps your day get better. You just never know what kind of change that can make in someone's life. So next week, we are coming back to a segment that we kind of forgot a little bit about, or at least I did. So there you go. And that is our ABCs of Disney. And, I'm going to go through some of those. We haven't talked about it in a while. So this week we're going to start at the beginning and we're going to look at things we like at Disney that start with the letter A. A
Oh,
is in awesomeness.
yes.
So,
Totally.
I like
that's
it.
our topic next week, and we'll see how far through the alphabet we get. We're not going to do these every week because that would be
No.
really boring, I
Repetitive.
think.
It would. Let's think. We've already done M, S, B, and C, I believe. For Mike, Sophie,
Sophie.
Brenda, Cindy.
There you go.
And
Now
D,
we're at
we've done
A.
D for Disney too.
Oh,
Wow.
right. So we've got 5 letters down. This will be the 6th.
I think so. Anyway, good memory, Sophie.
I'm telling you.
But
I
that's
only know
next
because
week.
it's the letters we chosen because they have meaning.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So that's next week. Until then, I'm Mike. She's Sophie. That's Brenda. And he's Grogu. And we will see you,
see
on,
you
the
on the
road.
road.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Grogu. I love you.